Ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, and welcome to Two Grooms.
In a pod.
I'm Cleo,
And I'm Shannon.
and in this episode is brought to you by, well, nobody, because nobody's sponsoring us.
Oh, I was wondering if you found out something I didn't know.
No, there's nothing. I just did that for effect,
Oh,
in case there is someone who would like to sponsor the podcast. You can DM us at Two Grooms in a Pod on Instagram, or at twogroomsinapod@gmail.com.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And what else?
that's
We
enough.
got some other stuff, but hey.
That's enough.
Okay.
So how are you?
I'm good.
You pushing through tonight?
Pushing through.
Pushing through. Soldier. I came in from work. All the podcast things were set up. You were asleep, but the podcast things were set up.
Yeah, I got it ready.
You got it ready. Started. You got it started. So you got it ready, but you got it started. You did a lot.
I got it started.
You did a lot of work, and you got it started. Okay. And because it had been put away because we had a Tony party.
Mm-hmm. Tony watch party.
Tony watch party. Same difference. What's different? They know we didn't have the Tonys at the house, so it was a Tony's watch party.
Hey, I wanted to add something.
Oh, okay.
Just give me something.
Okay. You can have that. I always think everybody's going to be like, clearly Shannon is, he's of the two of us, you're the good witch and I'm the bad witch. There's something to do with that.
Might be a good assessment in some cases.
In a case or two. But how many cases are there? That's the question. But anyway, we had a lot of people in the house.
What, 30 plus?
30 plus, easy. A lot of people. But it was a good time, a lot of food.
It was good.
You know,
a lot of good food.
People brought chairs and things. Somebody brought a bean bag. And everybody was enjoying the Tonys.
Yeah. A lot of good treats.
But I will say, though, you know, I made a baked chicken. I've never made baked chicken for, this was like, I cooked like 50 pounds of chicken. 50 pounds of chicken and maybe.
You've done chicken for a crowd before.
Not 50 pounds of chicken.
Okay.
I've done like 20 people, and I made maybe like two to 3 pans of chicken. But this was 6+ pans of chicken and almost a whole bag of rice, however big this 2-pound bag of rice, almost a whole thing of that.
It was a lot of rice.
And it was a little overwhelming because I didn't want to overseason or go too far, you know, in the cooking. And it was just a lot of doubt because it wasn't hitting the way I like it to hit.
It was hitting. It wasn't, I mean, I understand. It wasn't hitting the way you wanted it to hit because of the flavor was a little
subtle,
mild,
yeah,
right, for you.
Yeah, it was. But everyone said they liked it, and I knew the rice was as a kid say it was hitting, it was slap, it slapped or whatever the kids say. It was all of that. It was thebomb.com. It was, the rice was good. It was tasty.
It was good.
The chicken was up for debate. Like, it was fine. It was up for debate.
There was nothing wrong with the chicken. You were looking for more of an elevated amount of seasoning.
Yes.
And I told you that it was fine for the crowd that was there, right?
Yeah. You did.
And it wasn't overly seasoned.
Right. It was kind of a little neutral so that it could go across multiple platforms of type palettes.
Yeah.
But what made me kind of doubt it even more was because there was a couple of dishes that I tried that when I was pressed for how good is it, like, do you like it?
Mm-hmm.
I lied.
So
So I'm like, if
you're
I'm
saying that
lying, who
people
else is lying? Who else lying?
people lie about food.
Because this girl came up to me and she said, "Oh, Cleo, the chicken was so good." And then I was like, "Oh, well, feel free to take some with you." And she go, I'm like, "You stuttering about taking the chicken? Then the chicken was not good to you."
I mean, a lot of people, because there weren't a lot of people taking food.
No, there wasn't
So
taking food, like any of the food. They were, I don't know where these kids come from. I guess they got money. Because back in my day, when we were in college, free food, we always loaded up.
I would have loaded up a whole pan.
Okay, like, you don't want this?
All you had to say was, do you want some? Sure.
Yeah. So it made me think maybe it wasn't that great because someone, and I don't think she listens to the podcast, but if you do,
Doesn't matter to you.
you know I love you. You know I love you, but someone made a what do you call it? The casserole, the string bean casserole. Shannon is gripping my leg.
Oh, I'm sorry. My hand was just getting clenched a little bit.
I think he thinks I'm about to ruin another relationship.
Oh, you have me. We had a wonderful night.
I'm just gonna say I had notes for the casserole.
Okay.
I had notes.
Okay.
But it didn't feel like it was the place to give notes. And I guess that's the question is like, is it ever appropriate to give notes on something when someone asks you,
No.
how do you like it? And if it's never appropriate, then we should really probably just quit asking people if they liked it because no one's going to tell the truth. However, there was 2 banana puddings that were made. And one of them was slightly better than the other one. And I did have a conversation with the other person about the other one in a very constructive manner. Because she was like, "Oh, yeah, I never made banana pudding before." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I felt like that opened the door for feedback. Because she's like, "I never made it before." And she did some weird stuff to it, too. Like she had some kind of, it wasn't a vanilla wafer. It was like some kind of, it was like a wafer that you get, those little round, they look like Takis, but they're like round and sweet. It's like a sweet wafer. They'll be in like those tin pans. It's a sweet thing. Looks like you took a wafer, or even like a wafer from like a Kit Kat wafer, but it wasn't a Kit Kat, and then put it in there. And she's just
not a cookie wafer.
It wasn't a cookie wafer, but it was a sweet wafer.
Okay,
but it wasn't like the typical Nilla wafers.
She was trying something new.
She was trying something different, and it was okay. It was fine. It was fine. And I ate my whole serving. It was it was fine. But she needed. I was like, keep working on it. You'll get it. Keep working on it. Her whipped cream was good or whatever. Whereas the broccoli, the rice casserole, just kind of felt like it had just been mixed in with the cream of mushroom and just kind of tossed in there together and put in the oven. But her baked beans were fabulous.
Good. That was good.
They were really good.
Yeah.
So it's like, but it just begs the question, can you be honest? And you're like, no, we can't really be honest.
Well, I think you have to judge the room a little bit sometimes.
True.
Some people can handle the truth and some cannot, right? So you have to be a little cognizant of that. Sometimes you don't know, so you just always err on the side of caution.
Yeah.
But, when it comes to like vegetables, I think some people try to be very kind of mild and safe. Not too much.
Sure. I don't know. My family, we will tell you when it's not it. We'll give you feedback.
I get it.
Um,
I get it.
I remember one Mother's Day, I think it was, when my mom and her sister came over.
And you were trying to be
I was trying to be
bougie.
Really, I was trying to do something nice for my family.
You want to do something different.
Something
and
different
nice.
and
yeah.
nice. I said, okay, I'm going to make quiche, Lorraine. And so, you know, bacon and eggs.
It was cute. It was cute.
And then I did I think I did a scrambled egg as well, because that was a thing that
you did two different types.
I did
of
two
quiche.
different types. It was two different types of quiche.
One was with sausage, one was with bacon, I think.
Well, all I know is one of the dishes I put in front of my mom's sister, and my mom's sister, she has some version of like Down syndrome, just like a light version of Down syndrome. And so she has no filter, and
none.
And I put that.
She let you know. It wasn't mean. She was just being honest.
Well, mean is debatable, but
I think she was just being honest.
Yeah, she was being honest. Yeah, she didn't have, like I said, no filter. She was being honest. Mm-hmm. And I put it in front of her, and she tasted it, and she was like, "Ugh, too salty," and pushed it away. Mm-hmm. And I forget what else she ate instead.
But you admitted it.
But I knew it was a little
salty.
So
you can't be mad.
I wasn't mad, but it was just hilarious that the way she instantly, there was no
like, oh, it was good.
Yeah,
knowing full well,
didn't break it up. And
right.
My mom's like, "Oh, I don't want that. You guys I'll just take some scrambled eggs."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, straight up.
Just trying to bring a little culture to the people. And what do I get for my troubles?
Honesty. That's what you got. And you can't be mad.
Oh, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Just like you can't be mad at this cute water bottle. Is she cute?
Oh, gosh.
She
is. What do you call those things? What do you call them?
Well, there's different brands. This isn't the brand that you're thinking about, the brand with the everybody was going over. This is not that. This is a different brand.
It's the same kind of cup.
And I'm not saying the brand because
whatever,
we're not being sponsored.
We're supposed to have a deal where if we bring another one of those cup things in the house, we would get rid of one.
Correct. And
he has a caveat to that. What is it?
And what's the caveat? You tell me. Remind me what's.
It's a work container, cup,
correct,
whatever, not one for home.
Correct.
He and by mistake brought it home, so it doesn't count.
It doesn't
as something new for the house.
Correct.
But it's been in the house all week.
Because I've been using my other work one, which is a glass container. But I'm happy to take it out of the house if it bothers you.
It doesn't bother me.
Well, you just talked about.
I'm just pointing out the fact that
you just brought
we get new cups of the same kind, just a different color, slightly different make.
I think I have nothing that looks like this. This looks like that limestone rock that comes out of the caves or something. It's cute, and the water stays cold for days.
That's what all of them told us.
No, some of us what some they're supposed to do, but they don't.
So if the other ones don't keep the water cold, then they should be.
The ones that don't get eventually weeded out.
But they're taking up space.
I would love for you to show me what other of those kind of bottles that I have that I'm not using. And I will happily relinquish. Except for
you want them right now?
Except for the.
You go get them right now. I have at least 4.
Please, let's go.
No, I don't want you to feel bad.
You make me feel bad. I think it's hilarious. Let me see. 4.
Yeah.
We'll cut back to this. Let's go. Go get it.
I don't feel like going back.
Yeah, because see,
I know. I got them.
I called them on it.
No.
Called them on it. Bullshit.
Okay.
Let's go.
You know me?
Go get it.
We'll be right back.
Okay. And we're back. What's the results of your 10-minute search?
I have a few.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start.
Let's start.
One,
Let's talk about where you found that. Where was that?
it was in our closet, it's like a extra storage closet.
Okay.
And it's been in there forever.
You sure it wasn't in your office?
No, it wasn't in my office.
Okay. All right.
Don't try it. I was not using it.
Okay.
One,
This is a Yeti, by the way. This is a Yeti.
huh?
Glass, made out of glass. This is good for the environment. Can't go wrong with this.
That's been in the bottom of the pantry
And she's cute.
forever, but you don't use her.
Yeah, you know. Well,
I've never seen you use her.
well, I'm feeling cute. It's a moment. Okay.
Okay. Three,
I got this at a place called Naka Valley Vineyards. Shout out to Naka Valley. They make the best wine slushy, and I would get a double and put it in here, and it is so good. Now, I don't have to hold on to this, but I'm holding on to it because I don't drink a lot or often. But it's nice to have this, so if we go to Naka Valley Vineyards, I could just take this and be like, fill her up.
okay. Thank you.
Okay.
This isn't the last one, but this is the last one I could find.
Oh, yes, this girl, the Stanley. Now, I have two Stanleys. That's all. This Stanley is the home Stanley. I'll have her by the bedside, just quick access. You wake up, we're on the CPAP, and sometimes the CPAP dries your mouth out. You wake up to use the bathroom, and then it's like, just a quick little slurp on that. And the other Stanley is at work, minding her business. Okay?
So you have two at work?
I have two currently sitting in the office right now, plus this one, so that makes 7. That makes 7.
Extra.
I feel like that's a reasonable amount. Like I shouldn't have any more. I mean, I could get rid of the purple one,
You said that before, months ago.
but I keep thinking, as soon as I throw it away, we're gonna be back at the vineyard, and I'm gonna want my double wine slushy.
Then you'll buy another one. It'll be a new one.
But I won't have to buy a new one if I hold on to that old one.
Are you ever gonna? Are we ever gonna go out of town and say, "Hey, ooh, I need my"?
No, the vineyard in town.
Oh.
Not the vineyard out of town. Somewhere out of town. But listen,
Okay.
if it makes you feel better, I'm so willing to dispose of that because it's not that big a deal. For your
Is it?
for your happiness, boop. I'd be so happy even through
I'm not unhappy. Let's not
to
mistake
make
it.
you extra happy.
I was trying to prove a point.
And the point was what?
You have a lot of the same cups.
I'm curious for every people in the comments, is 7 water bottles a lot? They're all different. None of them are the same. You know what I'm saying? They go. It's like
Stanley cups. That's
like
what they call them,
shirts.
right? Stanley
Yeah.
cups.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like shirts. How many shirts do you own?
Let's not try it. Let's try it.
Oh, girl, shoes. Let's talk about that.
We going off
Let's talk about
topic.
that.
A little off topic.
Okay.
Those shoes are being worn. Well, half of them. Some of them are special occasion shoes.
Okay. I'm not judging.
Oh, I am. I'm not. I wasn't judging you.
Oh, I don't feel. I
made a
don't
statement.
feel judged. I don't
Okay.
feel judged. But it's been a busy time. I got a chance this past weekend to go do a workshop on directing for the Fade to Black Arts Festival that's going on in Houston. Shout out to my cousin Denise O'Neill, who runs Fade to Black, and all her peeps who work with her, Jabari Collins, Earl Wilkes, and more. So shout out to them. and the Faith to Black folks of Faith to Black, and all the great work they're doing out there in Houston. And it's important that we support those kind of things, those kind of events in this perilous time. But yeah, my workshop went well. Met some nice people. Got back home, and then I noticed that we had some new neighbors across the street. And
they got in a few days before you left. But
yeah, the household.
You didn't see them.
At first, we thought people were moving out of the neighborhood because the black gays moved in. Because it seemed like people just started moving out of the neighborhood. Well, I'd rather they do that than burn crosses in our yard. So good if that's what they're doing.
We were here for a good old whole year before people started moving. So stop.
It takes that long to sell your house. It takes that long to get your house sold. So if you think about it tracks. But I'm just being funny. But the people who did move in across the street, I just noticed that. Okay, so we live in our little 9-house radius in the neighborhood is pretty diverse, and like
I would say that
it's pretty diverse. We live next to this white couple. We live next on the other side of us is an Asian couple, and then across from them, a man who's Asian as well, and then does he have a partner or somebody with him? Are they also of the same ethnicity? And then right across from us is a couple who looks like an interracial couple, black-white couple, and they got kids, and then next to them is a white couple family. And a couple houses down is an old man that we think is a KKK racist because he never speaks. Now he could be just.
He'll walk right past me and look at my mouth and won't say nothing.
Right, you be like,
I'll be washing the car. I could literally spit on him, and he'll keep walking with his walker because he's not that fast. Right? He won't say
that's it. How you gonna be slow and rude? He's slow and rude. Like you be like, say hello to me.
Hey, how you doing? Or I'll do that. Won't even look up.
Just like you're a bitch. Who?
But if my neighbors are out,
wait,
hey,
wait, comes alive. Comes alive.
Right, the dead has arisen. What with me is like,
or me. I just don't think he's still in the brownies.
Or
maybe it's the homosexuals. It's hard to tell sometimes. I don't know, but one of them he ain't checking for.
Either.
It's probably either. But I think it's hilarious because I love ignoring people in the neighborhood. I'm not a big, I'm from the South, and I grew up in a neighborhood where in city town where everybody you see, wave, nod. There's always some form of greeting, even if you're driving along in your car on hand on steering wheel.
Yeah.
Just,
at least that.
At least that, just something. But her, she don't give nothing. And I don't mind it. Once I realize that's the rule, girl, I'll pay you dust too, bitch. I'm nosy, so if I see bodies, I'm looking. But I see her, then I'm like, okay, don't pay attention to her. We don't pay attention to her. We give her dust.
Right.
Yes. So it's an interesting little neighborhood.
I mean, it's nice. And most of the people, well, I would say at least 95% of people are really nice.
Yes.
And they speak and or stop and talk, especially around holidays and stuff.
Which I'm not, I'm not about that life. I'm not about the stop and talk life. I'm about to keep it moving. Let's be cordial.
Well, I'm outside sometimes, right? Yeah. So they'll stop and ask me questions or just, some small talk about some things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let that be your ministry. That's not my ministry.
Well, if you came outside with me, you would get into the conversation.
No, I wouldn't.
Because most of the time they mistake me for you.
Or they're like, oh, the professor, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I've heard a few people like, hey, Cleo. And I'd be like, hey. And I'm like, okay, they think I'm you.
Okay, well, I guess that's fair. So there is a viral video of a man who is seen dropping off his girlfriend and she's hugging somebody. And the video caption says, dropping off my fiance before we get married. I'm dropping off my fiance to her ex-boyfriend for closure before we get married. And in the video, they're hugging. The ex and the fiance are hugging. Mm-hmm. She gets in the car. She's red-faced, red-eyed, flush. Like, that was good. That was really good, kind of thing. And they go on. And of course, the internet is very divided on, was that cool? Was the boyfriend noble? Was he a cuckold for taking his girlfriend over there, his fiance, to this man? Is he a little bitch? Was she doing too much? Is this normal?
I call bullshit.
Oh, so aggressive.
You don't have to do that on the internet.
That
was just extra. They didn't want people to see and to excite some sort of reaction. Nobody does that legitimately and puts it out there.
Okay.
To me,
but
even if you're a friend.
But that's not the point. Is not to investigate whether it's real or not. The point is, if it did happen.
I call bullshit.
Bullshit in what way?
You don't need to give people closure like that in a public way, I think, or even to your new fiance. It's almost like slap in the face. Like, do you owe him that closure in front of him like that? Why?
Well,
my thing is this: why?
So what if I said, or if it's her, she's like, because I want to be transparent. I want to be honest with you that this is something that I feel I need before I move on to my marriage with you. Maybe I have a couple of questions, maybe because the way we ended things was a little ghosty and I didn't get the resolution that I needed. And so I just need to have some questions answered for me. Is that I don't think
you need to do that in front of your new fiance, because if it was me, I'd be thinking, something suspect here. But if you feel like you still, at this point, owe him an explanation. If we're getting married...
No. It's not that she felt like she owed the ex an explanation. She needed to get some information from the ex to I guess to close the chapter fully for herself. Like, she was over it, but like, maybe it could be, well, why did you actually leave me? Or you
doesn't matter.
You never told me why you broke up, and
That's somebody I would have second thoughts about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
you don't need that kind of. If you and I are connecting and we're doing our thing, the closure from anyone in your past at that point is voided. But you go to counseling for that. If you're that type of person, you need that closure, that questions asked, and maybe because it's, I don't say a woman, but some people need more closure than others, right? I get it.
Mm-hmm.
That's something you do with your counseling, a counselor or something. That man doesn't owe you anything. Get over it, move on. You have a new life with the new person.
But I need to know what happened, because it really left me brokenhearted. Yes, I love you, but I'm brokenhearted.
But you've moved on to someone else.
I need to know the answer. Yes, I have moved on to someone else. But I need to know the answer about what happened.
No, you don't need to go back.
Because I want to make sure that I don't bring the same bull crap to you. So I need this other person to tell me, where did I go wrong?
Counseling with your new man. Are we okay?
I guess there's no bringing him
There's
over.
nothing your old partner can tell you that's going to help you with your new man. I don't think. At that point.
It's possible. He could be like, listen, you were a very selfish person, and I just couldn't take it, so I left. Or I couldn't tell you at the time. Your breath was horrible, and I couldn't tell you. And I couldn't tell you, so I left. Whatever.
It just seemed like more of a production that...
Maybe it is, but that's not the point.
I don't think it's a cool thing to do.
Okay.
For me.
What
are you?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it either. It wouldn't be cool for me either.
You made it sound like you were on a different...
I was just trying to be devil's advocate. No, girl, it's not happening. Girl, what?
It's too much, yeah.
Girl, you're not ready to get married.
That was my ultimate thing. You're not ready.
You're not ready to get married. You need to go through some things by yourself, apparently, and work some shit out because you're taking some shit. You should be over your ex enough when you said yes to getting married that you didn't need to go back to him to finish anything.
That's my point. What new information at that point, at this point now, if you have a new fiance and everything's going great, and your fiance was good enough to even bring you there, I mean, at some point you should stop yourself and say, "Hey, I don't think I need this closure."
Well, I mean, you may need it, but like you said, there's probably better ways to go get it that don't maybe. But here's the thing: I could see how maybe a more open-minded couple than us would say, "I want my woman, or my man, or my non-gender specific person to go and have it. It doesn't bother me. She's scared she's going to be bringing some stuff into a relationship with, but she can't afford therapy. She don't got insurance, so she's going to go ask Bobby, what does she do? And Bobby's going to give her some clarity. So if that's how they feel, I'm not judging that's how they feel. I'm just saying, for me in my house, that's a red flag.
Now, if she was doing it with the premise of saying to the ex, "Hey, I'm in a relationship. I'm in a great place. Don't fuck my shit up. Don't come back with that bullshit or whatever. I'm in a better place." And that was a way of saying, "Oh, I need closure from you." But really, she's saying, "Hey, I'm in a great place. Don't fuck this up. Don't come back. Don't try to intermingle in my new relationship," that kind of stuff. That kind of thing. Then I can see it.
Okay.
But other than that, no. Move on.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good. Trying to find this next story. Trying to read this next story. So, I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was talking about one of his friends.
Have you cleared this?
I have not, but you know what? This is not my friend's story. This is another friend's of his story, and I think it's vague enough. So,
you need to stop getting me in trouble. I just want to make sure. So I'm always going to be asking you.
It is not cleared. I don't do that. Okay, so just stop asking.
Okay.
If I go, I'm thinking it's okay.
All right. I trust you.
You should. So, a friend of his had been dating this guy for about a year, and let's call the guys. Let's call this first guy Philip. Philip had been dating, who's my friend's friend. Philip had been dating. Let's call this other guy Corey. He had been dating Corey for about a year, and Philip developed some issues with his back and needed to have back surgery. And this happened around the time of DC Pride. And so Philip's parents come to get him to help him recover and things of that nature, because Corey's not going to be around, because Corey is at DC Pride. And Corey is fucking at DC Pride. Now, I don't know if Philip knows this, that he's having sex at DC Pride. But
he knows he's at Pride.
But he knows he's at Pride. Is that he does know that much.
Okay. One question.
Yeah.
So when you say the parents came to get Philip, the parents came and got Philip from where he lived to take him back to where the parents lived?
Yes.
Corey wasn't invited to come as well? Or did family come to help him recuperate?
They don't live together.
Oh, okay.
They don't live together. So in the family's eyes, he's a single man who needs help.
Okay. So they brought him back to help him recuperate for a while. Okay.
Well, for at least, let's say a few weeks.
Okay.
And my friend asked Corey.
Philip asked Corey.
No, my friend asked Corey because Philip is gone with his parents.
Philip going. Okay.
My friend asked Corey, girl, why are you here and not with your man? And Corey was like, well, girl, his parents got him. He good. He fine. He's fine. And my friend said the problem with this is before all this happened, Corey was always my man, Philip, Philip and I gonna get married, Philip and I this, Philip and I this, I love Philip.
Mm-hmm.
But when this happens, where are you? You're not, you don't want to be seen. And you hooking up with people.
Corey's for the streets.
Clearly. So fast forward a couple of weeks after Pride, or less, my friend's talking to Corey, said, hey, have you talked to Philip? He's like, no.
Streets.
He hasn't returned my text.
Philip hasn't returned Corey's text.
Philip has not returned Corey's text. Philip, the back problem, has not returned Corey, the hoe's text. And he's like, I think he's mad at me. And I'm like, duh. Girl.
Yeah, why is she surprised?
In what world would it be okay for you to have not once flown to be by your man's side during his recovery? I would have to get it on record that his family blocked me from getting in the house. If I loved him that much.
Right.
It would have to be on record that, girl, I couldn't get to you.
Yeah.
They stopped me from getting to you.
Mm-hmm. I'll be videotaping your mom and dad saying, get the hell out of here.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, so needless to say, if Philip has any respect for himself,
stay in the streets.
Him and Corey are done.
Leave Corey alone. Leave Philip alone.
Yeah. Corey needs to leave Philip alone. Yes.
Yeah.
Because he don't want what Corey wants, clearly. Philip doesn't.
And Philip realizes that
yeah.
even in this, in this space where he's recuperating,
Mm-hmm.
he knows better. Let it go, Philip. Recover. Get your head right. Corey's for the streets.
So here's another story.
Okay. Another friend?
Another friend.
See, I have some boring ass friends because
where's your
they ain't
friend?
on nothing.
Where your friend stories at? Well, you got some friend stories.
I do have it.
You got some friend stories, but girl, they girl, ain't the ones you want to tell, because now that you be in a situation like me.
Hey.
You in a situation like me where you be having somebody been blocked you.
Hey.
Well, no,
I'll be okay.
They wouldn't block you because they.
Shut up.
Anyway.
Hush up.
See how he talks to me?
Excuse me.
See the abuse? Shut up. God.
That came out wrong.
It came out how you wanted it to come out. It came out how you wanted it to come out. That's how it came out. So I'm talking to a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And he's telling me that he has a friend who's dating this 24-year-old. Mm-hmm. And his friend is in his 30s, like mid 30s.
That ain't so big.
Upper mid 30s. 36-ish.
Okay.
There's at least a decade between these two.
Okay.
So when my friend...
Mm-hmm.
So let's give these people some names, okay? So the 24-year-old, let's call him Kevin. And the 36-year-old, let's call him Michael, okay?
Okay.
Pretty generic names.
Michael and what?
Kevin. Kevin's the young buck, okay?
Okay.
So Michael meets Kevin at a club. Kevin is pretty ratchet. Kevin's like, he's from the hood, He's, femme, and kind of ratchet and young, and just and not particularly ambitious, but they work. They probably live with somebody, just a regular 24-year-old in the city. Whereas,
is that regular?
Well, I don't know if it's regular. But I'm saying it's regular-ish, nothing exceptional.
Okay.
And then Michael is a professional.
Mm-hmm.
Has a good job, makes good money, likes to
Mm-hmm.
travel, d. But yet he likes ratchet boyfriends.
Oh, well, he likes what he likes.
He likes what he likes, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
But here's the conundrum. So Michael tells my friend, you know, I wish that sometimes he would buy me a nice thing. I'm always buying him nice stuff. And, he took me up to Target one time to buy me a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Target, please. I'm Banana Republic. I'm whatever the other stuff in the mall is up in Houston, the Galleria. He's that girl. He's not Target.
Okay.
And so he's a little upset because he feels like the relationship is imbalanced. To which I said to my friend, duh. Yes, it's imbalanced. You chose Ratcherina, the ratchet girl, who's 24, who doesn't even have a career yet, and you knew all these things when you chose her, but now you want her to behave like the classic girl who's got it all together.
Well, she never ever
Well, she never had it together.
been like that, right?
And it really led me to thinking, why do we pick people based on certain qualities that we eventually grow to detest them for? It's like someone who picks somebody, oh, I love that he's so spontaneous. He keeps me on my feet. And then you get them, and after a few years, you're like, you don't plan anything. You don't plan. We got to plan things.
Mm-hmm.
We need to da. It's like, well, girl, you picked me because I was spontaneous.
Right.
Or the other person, oh, I love that he is a saver and that he
Mm-hmm.
always has money when I need him to come through.
Mm-hmm.
He has the coins to come through.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's also, you're so cheap. Why are you so cheap?
Right.
Well,
Why are you counting pennies?
Why are you always counting pennies?
Right.
Like why?
Right.
Why
can't we just do this?
Why can't we just do this thing?
Money's not an object, so why are you holding on to it?
Why are you all
You can't die with it.
right? Well, that's one of my words. That's one of my sentences. You can't take it with you, girl. Who you leaving it for? We ain't got no kids. Okay, but anyway, so I wonder what's that about? Why do people tend to choose people and then kind of be mad that those people are doing the exact same thing that attracted you to them in the first place?
Sometimes those are people who don't really understand where people are in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
They like being able to be a savior sometimes, or be that person to, maybe have certain sort of control over the person, whether it's financial or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you kick that can down the road for a while,
Mm-hmm.
it gets a little boring to them.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking for a new challenge or whatever.
Yeah.
Or just looking for some excuse to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of old. But yeah, I don't think some people are realistic when it comes to relationships and what that person brings to the table. Because sometimes you have to just understand where people are and just leave them there.
True.
Deal with it or not.
True.
Because he can't expect a 20-something-year-old who isn't in a good career to be spending the money that he would spend on, himself.
Right. True. Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's fair to that
Yeah.
young boy or whatever. So
Yeah, I agree. I think my advice to Michael would be that if that's something that is important to you, then maybe, and you love Kevin, what you should be doing instead is maybe coming up with a plan for his success and like encouraging him to want to be more ambitious, but at the same token, you chose him, so either you try my advice I just gave you and see if it works or not.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't work, then you need to let him go because you're going to be continually resenting him because you have just unlocked maybe a level for yourself in some deal breakers, right? Maybe this is a deal breaker you've never experienced, or maybe it was a deal breaker that was never important to you before because you were always the 24-year-old or the young buck getting taken care of. But now that you've come to a certain age, you're like, oh, ain't nobody doing this for me, and I'm doing this for everybody else. You know what? I don't like this. I'm a 50-50 girl. You know, some girls get to that age and they like it. They like having the power and the control.
Yeah.
I wish Shannon would like the power and control of paying for everything, but he doesn't. He doesn't like that. He's not like that. I wish Shannon was like, you know what? I'll pay for that. I'll pay for that. Half. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about half. Keep your money.
I'm nice sometimes, but not all the time.
You're not. You're nice. Of course. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Because I'm looking for the same thing.
You looking for the same thing I'm looking for. We both looking.
You got this?
You got it?
Sure.
I guess it's 50-50 again. Yeah. No,
Speaking of that, we
both
need to get our budgets together.
Yes, budget. That's on you. You're the accountant, the financial wizard. I told you, you tell me what to do,
All right,
and I will do it.
Okay.
That's where I'm at with it, you know.
But yeah, I do understand, going back to the story, that sometimes in life we get used to a certain way, right? So I know as I started, aging, right? Well, not started aging like it just happened, but as I got older, I realized that the table had turned, right? There was a shift. Now I'm the older person, and younger people were looking at me like,
you got this.
Hey, daddy.
Right.
So, started getting the daddy thing. I'm like, daddy?
Daddy,
this started in my, I guess, my 40s. That kind of thing. And I'm like, oh, shit. Now I'm the one they're looking at to be
as the meal ticket.
Provider.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
and
you
I'm
got
like,
a house?
I ain't ready for that.
You got a car?
Right. Car, house.
Yeah.
You going to work.
Can I stay?
Right. One night turned into 2, 3, 4,
right.
5.
Yeah.
That kind of shit. You got to kick them out.
Girl, I was good. I was good for that one if I could when I was in my younger days, girl.
Yeah, I did it a time or two too.
So we can't. We don't. That's what I say. I don't blame the young kids for doing young kids things.
You all tried it.
I blame the adults who know the game, and then you get mad at the kid for playing the game. So, girl, if you know the children are gonna play the game, they're gonna play it.
Right.
The young gays not all the young gays, because there were the business gays, and the gays who had their stuff together, the gays who seemed to have been saving since they were 18. Like there were those gays who was on their stuff. We're not talking about you girls, the 5 of y'all over there. We're talking about the other 95 girls who that was
exactly
not. Like, so the older girls who like Michael, you really can't be mad at Kevin.
You can't.
I remember dating somebody briefly, and I quickly realized he was a user. Quickly realized he was a user. But you know what I did? I went ahead and I paid for those dinners. I went ahead and I paid for the movie, and I didn't do nothing crazy. Like I paid for the hotel or whatever, because I said, you know what, Cleo?
You were enjoying yourself.
You've been her. I've been this girl thinking she's getting away with murder right now. And then she tried to talk me into falling in love with her. Like, oh, this is so sweet. Oh my God, do you love me, girl? I've only known you for 36 hours, girl. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You didn't know
girl?
you already peeped the game,
girl. So right?
Yeah. Sometimes it's all about knowing, right?
It's right.
You're not using me if I know what you're doing.
You're not using me if I know what you're doing, boo boo. You're not. Yeah. Because clearly I'm getting something out of this.
Yes.
I'm like, this is my penance. This is my penance.
True.
For that 40-something man who I was gaming when I was in my 20s.
Right.
Okay, girl, this is payback. I accept it. This is the circle of life.
Yeah.
Like, girl, I accept it, girl. So she thought she was working, and I just sent her on her way back. She's I'll see you next weekend, girl. Get on the plane, girl. I will not see you again. I will not see you again. Next time I saw her, she was on Twitter on dark Twitter.
Oh.
Next time I
doing it to somebody else. Still doing it.
Oh, really?
She was doing She got deep into it.
She got deep. I think she's getting paid now, like literally paid.
She went on to bigger and
she sure
better
did.
things.
She sure did, because she wouldn't get that from me. She wasn't
You
gonna get
wasn't
that
paying
from me.
enough.
No, ma'am, I sure wasn't. I was not paying enough.
She had to elevate some other folk.
I'm not gonna be exchanging no dollars hand to hand. I gotta be. I got that ticket, that dinner, that lunch, something like that. Girl, just give me the money. Oh no, we can't do that, girl.
Yeah,
we have some morals.
I stay with little things. I wasn't, that type of person to be spending large amounts of money.
No, ma'am.
That kind of thing.
No, ma'am. You would have to really work me the way old boy worked the how Stella Got Her Groove Back woman. You have to work me like that. I can't have a clue, bitch. To be getting all that. If I had any inkling, I can't afford it. Can't afford it.
Yeah, they tried.
Yeah.
People have tried.
Okay. But we can't fault the young girls for being young girls, because
it's a part of life sometimes. Coming of age.
Coming of age, yes. Well, I want to wind down the episode and just talk a little bit about not forgetting your greatness, not forgetting your power, not forgetting what makes you happy. Because sometimes when we start going through things, or particularly when people are throwing stones your way, and you feel like things are coming at you from both sides, and it could just be life. It could be, society and the politics and stuff. And you start to forget your way sometimes, or you don't see the light. And sometimes you got to, walk in that and feel those feelings and all that kind of stuff. But in the end, I think if you really sit back and reflect, you won't live in it, and don't live in it too long, whatever the dark feelings are, you will see the light again and realize, you know what, I'm okay. I'm not perfect, but I'm a pretty decent fella. I'm a pretty decent girl. And I feel like I had a week like that this week, where after coming off another week where I just felt like there was some bullshit coming my way. But after going through this week, it just reminded me I'm okay. And that was last week. That was that stuff, and that's just a part of, walking in the sun and the fresh air and the green leaves of the trees means that there was rain at some point, and there was mud, and there was lightning and storms, and you can't. So you have to accept that in order to have the sun and the green leaves and the trees, you're going to have the storms. And I think just today in particular was a day where I was able to remind myself of that, and just I saw a lot of light and a lot of positivity and a lot of reward for hard work. And I don't know, I just wanted to pass that message along.
I mean, it sounds great, because you did have a rough, maybe week or some days in which it had you really in deep thought about certain decisions.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So I do get it.
Would you like some water?
Touche. I have my own water bottle.
Don't deny is your water bottle present?
Oh, where did you put it?
I didn't touch your water bottle. Here you go. Look how heavy it is. Hold on to it. It's heavy. There's a lot of water in there.
You tried it.
Don't choke.
Thank you.
Is your thirst
How convenient.
As you were saying.
Anyway, I do get it. That sometimes you have to go through the rainy days to appreciate the sunny days.
Yeah.
And, it's okay to have some down days, and it just helps you, again, appreciate the good times and the happy feelings. And then you sit back in your own kind of self-reflection sometimes, and you're like, wait a minute, I'm a great guy. I'm a great person.
Right. And I appreciate
I
people.
respect people.
Yes.
And I know there are some people that value me.
Yes. Yeah.
And then there are going to be some people that
They don't.
don't value me.
And you don't understand
And it's
why.
okay. Because you're not for everybody all the time.
And it's okay. And it's okay. Ultimately, it's okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
some people, or like me, would be like, but why not? Why don't you appreciate
Mm-hmm.
me? I'm that bitch. Don't you see that? But it's okay.
Yeah.
Ultimately,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Not everybody's going to feel the same
Yeah.
way you feel.
It-
And I think that's just life.
Mm-hmm.
But most importantly, you have to have enough of your own self-love
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
to get you through
Yeah.
those rainy days.
Most definitely.
But there are times when, like for me, sometimes I'll be in the house all the time because
Mm-hmm.
you get a chance, you go out,
Right.
you talk to people,
Right.
you're around people, you're communicating,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing. So I'm home, just, working and
Working from home. Yeah.
right. And I'm alone a lot in my silence.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And it takes a toll.
I thought you liked that.
I do, but sometimes it's good to have some interaction. And I get that when you come home, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
then I think you need to. There's plenty of groups and shit that you could join, but you don't want to put the effort in to join the groups and meet the people.
I'm kind of, I won't say crazy, but there's a part of me that does not like having too much of a scheduled life.
Yes,
Make sense?
yes. You don't want
I want to.
obligations.
I don't want a lot of obligation.
Yeah, I understand that. I appreciate that.
Sometimes I feel it. Sometimes I'm just not.
Right. Yeah.
So even though I say I want to be a part of a group, I don't want somebody calling me, "Hey, Shannon, the meeting's at so and so.
Don't forget.
Where you at? What's going on? We're gonna be here, next week. Oh, we're gonna do this fundraiser. We're gonna do that." And for me, I'm like, a little bit too much. I didn't really sign up for this. So
Yeah, I understand.
you have to be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, I don't know how to solve your problem, Maria.
No. I don't feel like I have a problem. It's just I know that sometimes I know I need to just get up, get out, take a drive. That's why I go to store, whether it's just Walmart, every other day, just to kind of get out
and get amongst people. Yeah.
And or you ask me, where you going? That kind of stuff. And I'm just going to, I don't know,
to Lowe's,
or something. Yeah. Why are you going to Lowe's? Look for a screwdriver. Why look for a screwdriver? We don't have one. Remember that from Beaches, whatever. Anyway, so you have to know the movie to understand. But yeah, just to get out and talk to people or see people and walk around. But I think you're good. Sometimes you take on a lot because you have a leadership role, right?
Yes.
So you're in charge of like a lot of things.
A lot of different things.
You have to be a counselor, a teacher, a mediator, all kinds of things. So I think it's hard for you to take on so much. Sometimes you don't feel like you have enough for yourself, and then you feel like you do a good job. Someone's there saying, "No, you didn't.
No, you did do a good job.
You ain't all that." So you internalize it for a moment, and then you're like, "Okay, bitch, you're fabulous."
Yes.
Right.
In the end, you're fabulous. Yes. And you're fabulous too, by the way.
Thank you.
And, I hope you figure out the balance.
I need a balance. I think I need to have a job that gets me out at least once or twice a week. And then, I could be home for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
So, it's a
good luck.
Equal balance. Yeah. But hey, it's hard here in Chattahoochee, Texas. Ain't nothing here. I got to drive 3 hours to get to
2.
Hey, I'm exaggerating. Give me a minute. So,
well, I guess on that note, hopefully you got some positive out of that, and we're going to sign off. Me and Shannon and my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 water bottles. We're going to sign off. This has been 2 Grooms
in a Pod.
I'm Shannon.
And I'm Cleo.
Gosh, I'm Cleo.
And I'm Shannon.
And we'll see y'all next time. Jeez. What is wrong
Till next time, yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Just giddy with joy of life. Yes.
Wonderful feeling.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.